Hi, Panda here. We're going to be talking about our first impressions of Disney's Speedstorm, which is up and coming racing game that's currently in early access by Gameloft. But is this a good racing game or just another licensed piece of junk? Let's find out. So Disney Speedstorm is currently in early access and it is coming out on the Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X. So basically everything and probably some more platforms along the way. So it's been in early access for quite a while and it's finally coming out in September 20th. So we got to check out a couple of days of the early access and here are our first impressions of this up and coming free-to-play racing game. Now I love how there's a range of characters and tracks all based off Disney and Pixar properties here. We've got everything from Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Pirates of the Caribbean. There isn't even the Disneyland / World theme park characters, which I didn't even know they had separate characters for, so that's interesting. I love the range of characters. They're all based in different classes, so some are like defenders, some are like speed characters. Now, this is where some of the negativity comes from, but it's not so much. If you've played another Gameloft game, you're probably familiar with it. But to unlock characters, you have to collect shards. These drop from different places, or you can purchase the shards from one of too many currencies that they've got going on. So I think once you get like 10 shards, then you've unlocked that character. But you can additionally level up characters from parts that you unlock. When it drops, different characters need different parts to upgrade the car and the character level. So each track you play in the story mode might say like, oh, recommended level 8 or recommended level 15. So as you start to see this pan, you'll notice that trying to level up multiple characters could take a while, and unlocking characters is tricky. One of the currencies I managed to unlock, I got enough to spend on some boxes to drop random parts, because I was really wanting Mike Wazowski. I didn't get any shards from Mike Wazowski, so that was kind of disappointing, but it seems like it's a bit tricky. Now, if you were playing at the right time, there was a season pass on, which is a bit like a battle pass. You can unlock the characters in there, enough shards to unlock. Obviously, you're paying premium money here for that battle pass, but say the Toy Story battle pass, maybe when you get to like level 10, I'm just giving out examples here, you might get enough shards to get Buzz Lightyear, for example. So if there's certain characters you want from a particular film, probably try and play it while that season's on. Unfortunately, I think some of the characters I wanted were on seasons in the early access, which I find a bit weird how they had seasons where there wasn't as many players to get, so I think I've missed out on like the Monsters Inc. season. I know they've got a Stitch season upcoming and they've just had a Toy Story one, so that is one issue. That's one issue they've got, is that unlocking these characters is tricky. Like I said, too many currencies. The store had currencies to buy characters, to buy random loot boxes that could have anything in. Once again, loot boxes, not a great sign. Like I said, if you buy the battle passes, I think it might not be as bad. Now, the tracks are free. They keep adding new tracks, and once again, these tracks are themed on all the films, but there are variations to each track as well. So I kind of like that. So like the Pirates of the Caribbean might have a couple of different layouts for that area. Like I mentioned before, you collect parts to upgrade your vehicle, but they're random. I think the parts are sort of like themed based off the things. So like Toy Story might be like parts of a toy or parts of a clock or other random things. It was a little bit strange. They kind of just keep dropping you and giving these items. You're like, I don't know what these are for. And then when you go to use it, you're like, oh, okay, it's upgrade a Toy Story character or upgrade a Mickey Mouse themed character. Like I said, the various tracks look good. Now, onto the actual racing itself. If you've played a previous Gameloft racing game, it feels solid. The controls feel really good. The cars handle well. The environments look well. The handling is great. It's just really to get into. Now, my only criticism maybe here, you really need to drift a lot to get the boost up. But, you know, with kart races, usually drifting is a big part of it to get a boost. You can build up a boost bar as well, for like, where you just hold down the A button and you have like a constant boost. There's a range of items here, not as many in Mario Kart, but each character has their unique special attack, and there's a bunch of different items, like here's a bomb you can drop, and here's a speed boost, shield. Now, if you hold down the item button, you get like a charged version of it. So there's normal attacks, you can charge an attack, or you can send an attack backwards. So some things are very similar to other kart racing games. And overall this felt well. It takes a little while to get used to the icons and knowing what they do. It's not as clear, and I find this with a lot of kart racing games are never quite as clear as Mario Kart, but that's just one of the things. Mario Kart's been around a long time. Its items are so easily recognizable to many people, but once you get the hang of it, you'll know. As soon as you be like, oh yeah, that's a shield one, that's for like some type of boomerang attack type thing, like a lock-on attack. Now there is single and local multiplayer, well single player, sorry, local multiplayer and online multiplayer. I didn't get a chance to check out the split screen, hopefully that works alright. Single player is great. You don't tend to go for a Grand Prix in the story. It's like, here's a track, a reward, and like variations takes on the track. Like one had like all the items were in the air, so you had to do like use the jump button, like the hop button, to grab the item. Another one where you had to only pick up items the same color you are, and your color kept changing. So that was an interesting take. So there's a normal like single player stuff, and then there's a season single player campaign. So while that season's on, it's like, here's the Toy Story themed levels, but they mix up some other tracks in there as well. So that was interesting. Loads of ways to claim, like unlock items that way. And this is where you can find the shards, because if you go to character and say get shards, it will actually tell you like what track and what level in the story mode that those shards might drop from. So you could try and farm those, which I can already picture being really annoying. Like, oh, I really want Mike Wazowski, I'm gonna have to farm these handful of levels over and over again to get it. Battle Pass seemed interesting, didn't seem very long, and it wasn't very clear what you were getting. It seemed mainly just wanted to drop your items to upgrade your character, so I'm a little bit torn on this, and I think the various outfits for the characters could be a little bit more. I just saw like color variations and everyone's wearing like a racing outfit. Now the music, unfortunately I had to put it on streamer mode while recording just to make sure my videos don't get flagged, but it just had some more like dancey beat music. Now if you do turn off the streamer mode, it are Disney songs, but they're like dance versions. So when I was playing the Beauty and the Beast level, it had the Gaston song, for example. There's a few other ones, but that's the one that stuck in my head, that Gaston song, but it kind of had like a dance remix going on, which I didn't know if I'd like at first, but I kind of liked it. Like the music sort of suited like this intense fast racing, but it was nice to have that sort of like Disney flavor added to it. So I thought it was an interesting take. They could have gone full on just put the Disney song in, but that might not work as well. It's visually impressive, it's very well detailed, and thank you, it has voice acting. Thank goodness for that, because if anyone's played that Nickelodeon kart racing game, there's no voice acting and it feels so flat, but there's constantly just the right amount of chatting in this between characters when they hit someone or they pick up an item or do something really cool, or just the beginning bit. So it's nice to hear all those voices, and they sound pretty good. Obviously they're not going to have got the actual voice actors for this who do the voices in the films out, because that would have cost a fortune. But overall I really enjoyed my time with Disney Speedstorm. I hope it doesn't get too grindy. We're trying to get the shards, and hope the prices, the real money prices that will probably come into the full version in September, aren't too expensive or overpriced. It's really hard to tell. A live service racing game is kind of a weird one, because you kind of just want to buy the game and have it. So you could end up, if you buy in every battle pass, spending a fortune on this. So hopefully not. Hopefully it's balanced in a way that Fortnite's balanced. You buy one battle pass, you earn enough V-Bucks to get the next battle pass. So hopefully this game does something similar. But yeah, overall, Disney Speedstorm. And we will definitely be checking out some more in the future. Obviously, it's just our first impressions, and it is in early access, so anything can change. I saw a few text issues that came up where it just said error. Hopefully all those things will be smoothed out and ironed out for its full release in September. So we'll see you on the racetracks in September. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to all our donations that we get through Patreon, Twitch subscriptions, and Ko-fi. Really do appreciate the support. If you want to find out how to support us, click the links in the description below. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Whoa! Oh no. Yes? Oh yeah. Gotcha. Coming through. Do you mind? Absolutely. Excuse me! Whoa! No! Right on. Not too shabby, huh?